Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing today on this lovely Sunday?
I'm doing better now that I'm live with BB.
Well, thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm actually starting to feel better. Today is a good day. So,
Yay.
I actually wanted to talk about something real quick before we get started. I have a friend who is an author, and she just put out a book called "It All Would Be Utopia," and the book is released online and is in Barnes and Noble, and she sent me a copy of it so that I could read it. And I read it in a day. Like, you ever get one of those stories that you start reading and you do not want to put down the book? That's what happened with this book.
Yeah.
So I am going to shoot for next Friday and probably have her on here to kind of talk about her book a little bit. But the story is unbelievable with twists and turns. It's kind of crazy. But I just kind of want to let everybody know we'll probably have that happening. And if you're interested in the book, you can go on over to my Instagram, and I have a little bit more about the book on there. So let's go ahead and welcome everybody in here. We have Fantastic Travels, Shanna Craft, we have Tracy, we have Nomadic Hippie, New Vision Security Services, hey, Mima Matters, Our Epic RV Adventure, Nursing Our Travel Bug. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Texas Family Camping, Ford Man, aka Kenneth Oaks. I think I have everybody. So, the Cecil Hotel. Happy Place Camping. I just seen you pop in. Hello. The Cecil Hotel. I'm excited about this one. What did you think while you were researching it? Were you kind of like blown away by all the different stuff? Or?
Oh, yeah. There was just so much activity that's been going around there. So, yes, I was really blown.
Jerry Holly just popped in too. Hello.
Hey, Jerry Holly.
All right. So let's jump in and check out Cecil Hotel. If I can figure out how to use the computer. It just feels like when I'm gone for a little bit and I come back to using everything, it's like I have to retrain my brain to hit all the right buttons.
We have Avenger, RV Adventure. Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. All right. Let's make this full screen. Here we go.
Yeah.
A creepy history of Los Angeles' Cecil Hotel. Yeah, I would put this down as one of the creepiest hotels ever. So,
oh, yeah.
I'll let you go first.
Nestled within the busy streets of downtown Los Angeles lies one of the most infamous buildings in horror lore, the Cecil Hotel. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. It just looks creepy too. I mean, it looks old, so you know a ton of people have been in and out of it, which always means haunting. And then, like, thinking about if you had to escape because of a fire, the old escape route. Oh, I don't know. It just looks creepy. Since opening its doors in 1927, the Cecil Hotel has been plagued with unfortunate and mysterious circumstances that have given it perhaps unparalleled reputation for the macabre. I think I said that right. Huh?
Yeah. Macabre?
You know, everyone knows I'm not good at English, so we'll just go on right past that word and pretend I said it right.
At least 16 different murderers, suicides, and unexplained paranormal events have taken place at the hotel, and it's even served as a temporary home of some of the Americans' most notorious serial killers.
Dun, dun, dun. This is the eerie history of the Los Angeles Cecil Hotel. The grand opening of the Cecil Hotel, the Cecil, was built in 1924 by hoteler William Banks Hanner. The
That's
hotel.
an advertisement of when it first opened. That's like a flyer that came out.
Okay. I think the middle, can you read that or you want me to read it?
Yeah, I can't read it on my end.
Okay. The Hotel Cecil is a new hotel, completed in 1925, new furnishings complete in every detail, large spacious lobby with comfortable chairs and divans, divans, large something writing room. This hotel is designed for the comfort of its guest. Make the Cecil your home. Hey, Bob's Adventure. Tracy says she'd video her stay. They'd video this. You know, I don't know that I would stay at this hotel. This might be the one that I was like, forget it. It ain't happening.
Oh, I know, exactly. It was supposed to be a destination hotel for international businessmen and social elites. Hanner spent $1 million on the 700-room View Art style hotel, complete with a marble lobby, stained glass windows, palm trees, and an opulent staircase. I have problems too. Speaking.
That's what makes us us. Jerry Halley says, I want to go stay there. No, 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 no.
Mm-mm.
It is pretty on the inside. Because of how old it is, because of when it was built, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But Hanner would come to regret his investment. Just 2 years after the Cecil Hotel opened, the world was thrown into the Great Depression, and Los Angeles was not immune to the economic collapse.
That had to have been terrible, spending all that money. Soon enough, the area surrounding the Cecil Hotel would be dubbed Skid Row and become home to thousands of homeless people.
Seeing that, not only did they have to go through the Great Depression, but then the area around it becomes Skid Row, which is famously known for all the homeless people, tents on the street, dangerous. Tracy, yes, it is still open till today. Hotel Cecil, low daily, weekly rates, 700 rooms. The once beautiful hotel soon gained a reputation as a meeting place for junkies, runaways, and criminals. Worse yet, the Cecil Hotel ultimately earned a reputation for violence and death.
Suicide and homicide at the most haunted hotel in Los Angeles. In the 1930s alone, the Cecil Hotel was home to at least 6 reported suicides.
I feel sorry for the people, like the maids and the managers and all that have to come upon that to find those things.
Oh yeah.
Jerry Holly. Oh, for sure, I want to go stay there. You're nuts, Jerry.
No, Jerry.
And the outside doesn't look, but you can tell this is not a great area just by the outside here.
Yeah.
A few residents ingested poison, while others shot themselves, slit their own throats, or jumped out their bedroom windows. In 1934, for example, Army Sergeant Louis D. Borden slashed his throat with a razor. Nettie, we can go stay there for a weekend trip.
No.
Army Sergeant Louis D. Borden. The article. He was 53.
Yeah, I was 53. Less than 4 years later, Roy Thompson of the Marine Corps jumped from the top of the Cecil Hotel and was found on the skylight of a neighboring building. Now, for Roy Thompson, I was not able to find a picture of him.
No.
Jerry
Holly says, let's do that. You know what, Jerry? You can come stay with me and Hippie at the Limp Brewery, the Limp Mansion. I'll agree to that one. I am never going to this one.
He can stay in the basement or in the morgue.
The next few decades only saw more violent deaths. In September 1944, 19-year-old Dorothy Jean Purcell awoke in the middle of the night with stomach pains while she was staying at the Cecil with Ben Levine, 38.
She went to the bathroom so as not to disturb a sleeping Levine, and to her complete shock gave birth to a baby boy. She had no idea that she had been pregnant.
Man. Fantastic Travel said, wow, I can't imagine being in a place you felt your only option was slitting your own throat. I could think of more peaceful ways to end my life. Yeah, that's tragic. Nomadic Hippie says, that would be fun if we get a bunch of us to stay at the mansion in St. Louis. Yeah, that would be a fun time.
Yeah.
We'd probably chase away all the ghosts, though. Dorothy Jean Purcell. So she had a baby in the hotel.
Yeah, she had a baby.
Hippie says, and I can't imagine not knowing you're pregnant and giving birth. Mistakenly thinking her newborn was dead, Purcell threw her live baby out the window and onto the roof of the building next door. At her trial, she was found not guilty of murder by reason of insanity, and she was admitted to a hospital for psychiatric treatment. Oh man.
That's craziness. In 1962, 65-year-old George Gianni was walking by the Cecil with his hands in his pockets when he was struck to death by a falling woman. Pauline Otten, 27, jumped from her 9th floor window after an argument with her estranged husband, Dewey. Her fall killed both her and Gianni instantly. He was a bystander just walking outside and got struck by a falling body.
So don't even walk by this hotel. It's dangerous. Jeez.
Yeah, exactly.
Suicide kills man, Los Angeles, UPI. Miss Pauline Adan, 27, Los Angeles, wrote a suicide note to her husband, then leaped 9 stories from the Cecil Hotel. George Gianni, 65, a transit. Jerry Holly said that's being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Police initially thought the two had committed suicide together, but reconsidered when they found Gianni was still wearing shoes. If he had jumped, his shoes would have fallen off mid-flight. Man.
While tragic calamities and suicides have controlled heavily to the hotel's body count, the Cecil Hotel has also served as a temporary home for some of the grisliest murders in American history.
Hippie was saying he couldn't believe that a woman wouldn't know she's pregnant. And they have, I saw our Epic RV Adventure mention this, they have a whole show devoted to, I didn't know I was pregnant.
Yeah, like, a lot of women. Yeah.
Tons of women don't realize they're pregnant. It's kind of crazy. In the mid-1980s, Richard Ramirez, murderer of 13 people and better known as the Night Stalker, lived in a room on the top floor of the hotel during much of his horrific killing spree. Imagine that being your neighbor.
Oh.
Richard Ramirez. He looks creepy.
He does, right?
Yeah, he's got like killer eyes.
After killing someone, he would throw his bloody clothes into the Cecil dumpster and saunter into the hotel lobby either completely naked or only in underwear.
Hey, Tommy Travels. Welcome to the chat. Nomadic Hippie said 1984 American Horror Story featured Richard Ramirez. It was an amazing season. Yeah, the show American Horror Story, I think, filmed or based their hotel, that series that Hippie's talking about, that season, was based off the Cecil. At the time, Ramirez was able to stay there for a mere $14 per night. And with corpses of junkies reportedly often found in the alleys near the hotel, and sometimes even in the hallways, Ramirez's blood-soaked lifestyle surely raised nary an eyebrow at the Cecil. So they're basically saying, like, nobody even cared about, that's just normal stuff we see here.
Yeah, and him walking into the lobby in his underwear or being completely naked.
That's insane. You see something like that in a hotel, you usually call the police.
In 1991, Australian serial killer Jack Underweger who strangled prostitutes with their own bras, also called the hotel home. Rumor has it that he chose the hotel because of its connection to Ramirez.
Strangled them with their own bras. Cherry Holly, what's wrong with that?
Jerry must be a flasher.
Avenger RV Adventure says, sounds like LA to me.
Yeah.
Now, he does not look like a murderer to me. He doesn't look like a serial killer to me. He just looks like somebody that could blend in very easily, which is even more terrifying.
Yeah. Kind of scary.
Yeah. Because the area around the Cecil Hotel was popular with prostitutes, Unterweger, that's how I'm pronouncing it, stalked these environs time and again in search of victims. One prostitute he is believed to have killed vanished right down the street from the hotel, while Unterweger even claimed to have dated the hotel receptionist. Tracy said, no,
Yeah.
sure doesn't look like a killer. Jerry Halley said, that's why women quit wearing bras. Definitely sounds like my home, New York, New Jersey to me. Richard Ramirez and Jack Edelweger. Okay, with his shirt off, he looks scarier, but he still doesn't look like, I don't know, he looks like he could blend in easily. Like, if you were walking down the street, which of these two men would you be scared of? You know what I mean?
I know. I would be scared of Ramirez.
Yeah.
Weary code case at the Cecil Hotel. And while some episodes of violence in and around the Cecil Hotel are attributable, okay, to known serial killers, some murders have remained unsolved.
Yeah, Fantastic Travel says that picture, they both look scary. Yeah, they both look scary in that picture, but
yeah, they do.
to pick one of many, a local woman known around the area named Goldie Osgood was found dead in her ransacked room at the Cecil. She had been R word. I don't think we're supposed to say it on YouTube. She had been R'd before, suffering a fatal stabbing and beating. That's the worst. Yes, hippie, we'll get there. Bird lovers.
Yeah, that's just the article.
Yeah. Tommy Travel says, great job on that give syllable word. I figured out a word. He's proud of me.
Yeah. The one suspect was found walking with blood-stained clothing nearby. He was later cleared, and her killer was never convicted. Another instance of disturbing violence at the Cecil that has gone unresolved.
It seems like a lot of it's just like ignored. Like the type of people that are coming in aren't that great of a class, so they just don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, you're fine, hippie. Another grimly noteworthy guest of the hotel was Elizabeth Short, who came to be known as the Black Dahlia after her 1947 murder in Los Angeles.
She reportedly stayed at the hotel just before her, what is that, BB? Mutilation, which remains unsolved. What connection her death may have had to the Cecil is not known, but what is known is that she was found on a street not far away on the morning of January 15th with her mouth carved ear to ear and her body cut in two.
Ugh. That one creeps me out. Somebody went through mutilating her, like making her into something that she's not, like disfiguring her face. I don't understand. I don't understand. Not only did they just kill her, they did that.
Yeah.
She's so beautiful. That one gets me. Such stories of violence are not simply a thing of the past. Decades after Short, one of the most mysterious deaths ever take place at the Cecil Hotel happened as recently as 2013.
In 2013, Canadian college student Elisa Lam was found dead inside the water tank on the roof of the hotel 3 weeks after she had gone missing. Her naked corpse was found after the hotel guests had complained of bad water pressure and a funny taste to the water. Though authorities ruled her death as an accidental drowning, critics believed otherwise.
Mm-mm. That girl was in that tank for 3 weeks. People were drinking water out of that tank for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's just, and I know they said that it was an accidental drowning. I don't know if you'll get to this, but there was a top on it. She didn't just climb in there and close the lid behind her. She didn't move the lid by herself. It just doesn't make sense.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So these are the water tanks she was found in. How did she climb in that tank? How did she move the lid? How did she get in there and then close the lid behind herself? Like, that doesn't make sense to me at all.
Yeah.
Happy Place said accidental. Why would she, or how would she accidentally fall in a tank on the roof? That's just stupid. Yeah, that's the other thing, the tank's on the roof. Jerry Holly said never drink the water in LA. Avenger said, and bathing, brushing their teeth in the water. Yeah. Jerry said too much Bud Light again. Our Epic said she couldn't do that on her own. Yeah. Donald, hey, thanks for coming in. I look forward to Sunday nights too. So this was in 2013, and this is the young girl.
Yeah.
Elisa Lam. Bob's Avenger said, from the sky. Maybe they didn't have a pool, Avenger RV Avenger says. Is this my turn?
Is it my turn? Oh, yeah, it's your turn.
I don't remember. Before her death, surveillance cameras caught Lam acting strangely in an elevator and at times appearing to yell at someone out of view, as well as apparently attempting to hide from someone while pressing multiple elevator buttons and waving her arms erratically. So there is a video of this. You could probably just Google Elisa Lam and you would find it. But there's security footage of her going in and out, and like talking to someone that you can't see here. She was acting very, very strange in the footage. See, like there's somebody out there or something. She's not just peeking around the corner to talk to herself. Avenger RV Avenger says LSD does bad things to people. Jerry Holly saw that on the news. Okay. And there's another girl that this exact type thing happened to, where she was going in and out of the elevator and acting just like Elisa Lam at a different hotel, but that girl ended up in a freezer. So I think it might be paranormal. Yeah,
now she's hiding in the corner.
Yeah. and talking to someone again.
After the video surfaced publicly, many people began to believe that the rumors of the hotel being haunted might be true. Horror parallels between Black Dahlia murder and Lam's murder, pointing out that both women were in their 20s, traveling alone from LA to San Diego, last seen at the Cecil Hotel, and were missing for several days before their bodies were found.
Our Epic says, interesting that the person she is talking to wasn't in camera view. I bet they knew about the cameras. Happy Place said, yes, many say someone was following her, or at least she thought so. Nomadic Hippie says she's hiding in the corner, and it looks like she had a smile on her face or something playful was going on. Happy Place said, I was thinking it looked like she was smiling too. Yeah, it's, I don't know how they could view this as an accidental drowning with the tape of her obviously talking to someone else or something else, and then the lid and being on the roof. It just doesn't make sense to me, but
yeah.
This one is the Black Dahlia, and this is Elisa Lam. Elisa doesn't look like she'd be into drugs. I don't know. You don't judge a book by a cover, but she just doesn't look like a drug addict to me. Hippie said, swimming in the water tank like it was a hot tub on a date, sneaking up, having fun, doing something you shouldn't be isn't unheard of. Yeah. Thin though these connections may sound, the hotel has nevertheless developed a reputation for horror that defines its legacy to this day.
The last body was found at the hotel in 2015. A man who reportedly committed suicide, and ghost stories and rumors of the hotel's haunting swirled once more. The hotel even subsequently served as the chilling inspiration for a season of American Horror Story about a hotel that's home to unimaginable murder and mayhem.
Hippie said maybe she was up there with somebody. She died somehow. The person got afraid, shut the lid on the water tank, and split, afraid he was going to get in trouble. Yeah. I still think it's eerie, though, that he wasn't shown on camera in any way.
Yeah.
Like, whoever was with her knew where to be to hide from the cameras the whole time. So.
Now, that picture was actually...
I thought I had it paused. Hold on, I thought it was paused. Okay, there we go.
That is
what is this?
They caught. That's one of the ghost figures they caught at the window. Probably one that committed suicide, I'm assuming.
That's like legs, a shoulder, an arm, a torso, a head.
Yeah.
That's weird. But in 2011, the Cecil attempted to shake off its history by rebranding itself as the Stay on Main Hotel and Hostel, a $75 per night budget hotel for tourists. Just $75 a night, people. And you too can see ghosts.
Yeah. Several years later, New York City developer signed a 99-year lease and began gut renovating the building to include an upscale boutique hotel and hundreds of fully furnished micro units in keeping with the surging co-living craze. Is that what you were talking about, the co-living?
Yeah. I was telling Nettie before we came on here that not only is this place creepy for all of the murders and the ghosts and the suicides and all of that, but it's also known as shared rooms. They have shared rooms in this place. So you rent a room, one of the shared rooms, for a lower cost, and you end up with a stranger in your room. When I looked it up, there was like 2 beds and then another bed, so it was 3 beds in the room, and they were just single beds. So all 3 people would just go in and sleep in these beds, and you had your own little place to put your clothes in. It's still like that to today. It's still shared rooms in some of the rooms. They have some private, but they have a lot of shared. And also, I think a good majority of it, if I remember correctly, is also shared bathrooms. So, like, you don't have your own bathroom in a lot of the hotel rooms. You have to share the bathroom also. So, a little bit insane to have all that going on. We were trying to look up how much it cost for a shared room, but what we found was, it says European style hotel is situated in downtown Los Angeles and is a 14-minute walk from the fashion district. Cozy rooms offer cable TV and free Wi-Fi is available in the lobby. Classic rooms offer a work desk and shared or private bathroom amenities. So that's all we found on that. But I did find pictures. I can hold it up here. Hopefully, let me take this off of here real quick. I don't know if you all will be able to see that. If you can see, that's the beds I was telling you about. That's a shared room at the Cecil.
Mm-hmm.
It's just insane to me. All right. It is a gorgeous place, though.
It's got free Wi-Fi.
Donald says, I out that room in 10 minutes. Happy place. Would not share a room with a stranger. Yeah, no, especially the kind of strangers that are staying at this place. It's known for having serial killers, murderers, ghosts, like everything you can possibly imagine in one hotel. No way. I get that there's hostels where it's the same kind of thing. It's like group shared. That's a little different than this place that's middle of Skid Row and notorious for death. Is this yours or mine? I can't remember.
I think it's yours. I think.
Okay. Perhaps with enough renovations, the Cecil Hotel can finally shake its reputation for all things bloody and eerie that has defined the ill-fated building for the better part of a century. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. I still say there's no way. No way would I stay there. Tracy says there is a hotel in a small town, Saskatchewan. We stayed there, and one of the BC rooms were like that, and we shared a bathroom down the hall. The floors creaked and old wallpaper, etc. Nomadic Hippie says, I wonder if they jack up the rate for the rooms that people like Richard Ramirez and people stayed in. Like instead of $75, they jack it up to $150. I'm sure they make a pretty profit up because so many people are now into the paranormal research. I'm sure they jack up those prices. Our Epic RV Adventure says that's how it used to be. Women and children were not allowed to travel alone for that reason. Hippie says I'm going to do a quick YouTube search to see if they jack up the price or if those one rooms real fast. Happy Place says they'll never shake its history. Yeah, I don't think there is anything that could wipe the slate clean for that place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's just too much.
Yeah, and there's 700 rooms. I can imagine the price, if they do jack it up, what it would be.
And this is just stuff that is documented or known about. That's not counting the fact that it's on Skid Row. And I don't know if you've all researched Skid Row at all, but there's a lot of death just out on Skid Row itself, which is all around this place. So outside the building, there's a lot of death. In the building, you have this amount of death. I just think it's a extremely creepy area in general.
I wonder if the land is cursed because you hear those stories, and then they built something on it because this basically started soon after it was built.
Yeah, it did pretty much start from the beginning. Shannacraft says, what happened? Shannacraft, if you want to know the history of it, you'll have to go back and watch everything. At the very end, we were talking about the fact that with all the murders and serial killers and things like that, you would think that there would be no way you would have to share a room with a stranger. But they still, to this day, have shared rooms where you share them with a stranger. Avenger says that place is probably a portal to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Nomadic Hippie says, no, you can't book a room there right now. They're closed during renovation until October 2021. Oh, you were talking to Donald. Gotcha, Shannon.
Oh, okay.
I think Donald was saying he would run out of the room in 10 minutes because of it being shared rooms. I think that's what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, I would have to say this is one place I probably would never go near. I don't even think I'd go near the outside of this place.
I know you can get struck by a falling body outside.
Well, so what did you find it interesting how much death was actually at this hotel?
Yeah, and these are probably just the ones, of course, that they've reported on. There's got to be more in that, I believe. And then after the renovations, how could it just stop?
Yeah. Then they say, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see when they open it back up to see if there's still more death happening there.
Yeah. Maybe we need to research it again.
I was trying to look and see what the... Okay, so every year, 98,175 people die in hotel rooms.
Wow.
Because when we were talking last Sunday, I was talking about how this hotel in particular has so much death, and I had watched a video on it, and that person decided, well, I wonder how much death other hotels have. What's the average? And then what I looked up here says 8.8 to 8.3 per 1,000 per year. I don't know what that means. But then it says every year 98,175 people die in hotel rooms. So that's a lot of death at hotels.
Oh, yeah.
I would totally stay there, but not too keen on the whole drug activity stuff that takes place there. Yeah, me either. Tracy says, we walk downtown Hollywood. I'll tell you, that Skid Row, that's like Skid Row, that I would imagine. So sad. If they don't clean up the street, Elite will never stay there. Yeah, definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
Donald says, many stories about old hotels I know because I was in hotel management. See you later, Tracy. That's in the U.S. Is that a worldwide rate? No, that is apparently in the U.S. I'm going to start asking when I check into hotels out here on the road periodically if anybody's ever died in your hotel. I wonder if the front desk will let you know. I wonder if they legally have to let you know. If you buy a house, they have to let you know. Avenger said, glad I have an RV.
Yeah.
I know there's a hotel, it's a motel not far from me. It's in a really good area, really fancy houses around it, but it's right off the highway, so I think it makes it convenient for travelers to stop in there. And when I was a teenager, my parents were always like, don't go over by this hotel, and I'm like, because, sometimes kids have hotel parties. My parents were like, that's not the hotel to go have a hotel party at. And I didn't understand why. And then I seen on the news one day that they had 6 deaths in the last year in that motel. And it was a mixture between suicide and killings. And it was in a good area. So I can imagine that hotels have a lot of death.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thanks, Nomadic Hippie. Oh, yeah, Jerry Holly, I would agree with you there. Jerry Holly says, I bet someone has died in every hotel in the country. I'm sure. Yeah, the rate, though, I wish I would have gone back and watched that other video, because she actually ended up somehow finding, like, one particular hotel, how many deaths would be in that one hotel and how many were in this hotel, and it wasn't all that much different. I think this one's just had more notoriety or notorious things happen there. So, well, thank you, Nettie, for joining me tonight and doing all this research as usual.
You're very welcome. I enjoyed it. I always do. I love doing the research.
Well, I really appreciate it, and I always look forward to Sunday nights. I do want to apologize for not being on Wednesday or Friday. I was a little bit sick this week. I'm doing better, but I will be back on Wednesday. I will be live again and try to get back on my regular schedule. If someone can drop Dee's link in the chat, I would appreciate it. Happy Place said, great topic, ladies. Nomadic Hippie says, don't go anywhere, girls. I just Googled what hotels in the United States had the most deaths. Hold on one second. This one, all of them, I think, have been really interesting. But this one is just like so much in one place. I don't know.
I know, right? It was very fascinating.
Yeah, and I think it was the Cecil. I'm not sure, but I think it was the Cecil that also has like tunnels or secret doorways or something like that, because when it was built, there was mafia around too. But I can't remember for sure. Wow, the Cecil Hotel is number 1. Chateau Marmont, Los Angeles, number 2. Sunbright Hotel, New York, number 3. Manor House, Colorado, number 4. Lizzie Borden, number 5. Hotel Providence, New Orleans. Well, we will have to look into all of those. Maybe we'll look into some of those and hear the crazy stories on there too. But thank you all so. Oh, Happy Place, do you have a live going on tonight?
Yes, I just dropped the link. She's having her party tonight, BB.
Awesome. Sorry, I have not been online lately. I apologize. All right. Well, everybody head on over and see Miss Box Fan D. Wishing you all much kindness and much love.
And we're sending love your way. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.